In this video, we're going to talk about some mistakes I've made handicapping MLB early this season and adjustments I've made to correct that. My name's MGCovers. Welcome to this video. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Before we start this video, I do want to remind you today is Friday, May the 9th, 2025. It's called Free Fridays. I give out all my lines for all sports, which will be Major League Baseball and soccer. If you go to Instagram, follow me there, MGCovers, cover spelled with the Z. There's a link in the description of this video that will take you right there. You can get all my lines, all my plays for MLB for today, and also included MLS for soccer for Saturday. So a ton of value. Follow me on Instagram as well. All right, so let's dive into this video. And the point, I think the premise of this video would be, I'm going to show you, be transparent with some mistakes that I made and what I did to correct it. And the main takeaway from this video, as you'll see, is that if you have something that has worked in the past, always go back to that first before you make any, quote, new changes. So again, don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you have something in your model, the way that you handicap that previously worked, stick with that, continue that the next season until there's a reason to change it or if it's not profitable. So the first thing I want to pull up is this screen here. Okay. If you look down here on the bottom left, you'll see it says 66 and 65 plus 9.46 units. Now I made some changes to the way I'm handicapping the model. It's the same model, same stats we've always used. I've just used a different approach. Now what I did was previously here was I would play away teams on the run line, and then I would play home teams up to minus 150 because the home teams only are guaranteed 8 at-bats. And the only time they'll have 9 at-bats is if they're losing. So we played away teams on the run line, home teams up to minus 150. And the win percentage, even though it was profitable, 9.46 units, it was 66 and 65, right at 50%. Just a little bit more than 50% win ratio. Then I thought, well, what if I played everything on the run line? And if you look over here, you can already see that that will decrease the win percentage, but it actually increased the units. Now, granted, it wasn't significant, only 2 units, but this was probably would be even over a long back test, meaning it would probably be the same either way. But it did decrease the win percentage significantly, 60 and 68, and then that would take it to 7 units. So what I thought was, well, I'll just play every play on the run line if applicable. Obviously, if it was a dog, if it's a money line dog, I would just play it on the money line. And if they were a favorite, I would play it on that dog line. Well, the problem with that, and you'll see here on this next screen, is I did that the very next day, which was only 2 days ago. So we played Detroit minus 1.5, minus 105, New York minus 1.5 plus 120, Mets plus 130 run line, Seattle plus 120, Chicago plus 148 run line, and Houston plus 135 run line. Now, this was a profitable day. So you would say, well, that's a good thing. It did what it was supposed to do. It hit 50%, which is about what you can expect playing exclusively run lines. But the problem with that is this is not how I wagered last year. So I went back and researched how I actually would wager this. Last year, I played no run lines at all. And the way the model was set up last year, see if I can pull this one up. Okay, applying the model to last year, instead of playing all those run lines, we only had 2 teams that qualified as plays the way I capped it last year. That was Seattle and the Mets. As opposed to playing 6 plays, the old way that I played this, I would play Seattle minus 134, Mets minus 106. Both of those won. Now, the difference is, if we go back to this, what we actually played, so here we went 3-3, turned a small profit there. Consider we were wagering about 250, so we made 11% ROI. If I would have handicapped this the way that I handicapped last year, we would have had Mets and Seattle, both of those won. That would have been up 2 full units. So the ROI would be significantly higher there. And then when I thought about it for a second, I felt more comfortable playing this way. And this is the big takeaway. I want to share this screen. This was from last year when I made the change to play how I'm doing this via the model. I'm playing the top 6 teams via the model, as long as they're not playing another top 10 team, and I will play them up to minus 150, no run lines. So if we're not playing any run lines, that will increase our win percentage, right? Because you saw in that previous example, when we played all run lines, the win percentage decreased. Last year, June the 16th, when I made those changes to play it that way, no run lines, from June the 16th to August 31st last year, this particular model went 112 and 84, which was 58%, which is an incredible win percentage, 34 units during that, what's that, 2.5 month span. So half of June, all of July, and all of August. And just FYI, if you go to the website, MGCovers.com, and click on betting log, and then click on 2024, and then click on the Major League Baseball tab, you can see this if you want to see it for yourself. So what I realized was we can have a we can increase our ROI even though we're playing a lot of favorites, no run lines, because the way we have proof that this worked last year. So again, the big takeaway and the mistake I made was I was trying to reinvent the wheel or do something different that I didn't have any proof that it worked. And this way, I know we have documented proof that this has worked and was successful last year. Will it hit 58% during the summer this year? Probably not. That was probably the best it will do, but it's definitely better. And I feel more comfortable playing it this way than I do exclusively run lines. So again, if you have something that works, and let's say you're just starting out, even if it's a small sample size, stick with that. Don't make any changes to it and keep wagering that way. Or if you're back testing it, continue with that until there is a reason to change it. If you have something that worked, say in NBA last year, or let's back up. Let's say if you had something that worked in college football last year and you had to tweak it some and you got it fixed, maybe after the first month and a half, and it was successful the last 7 weeks, start with that this year when you're handicapping NCAA football. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Start with that first. And then if it doesn't work and it starts to lose money or it's negative ROI, then you can make adjustments. But always take something. If something isn't broke in this business, do not try to fix it. Go with what has worked previously. And that's part of something that there's a huge margin of error in this business. Very difficult to do that sometimes, especially when you have an analytical mind like mine. But I definitely feel confident that doing it this way. And then just one more quick point here. We did this last night as well. We only had one play via the model. That was Boston minus 141. That was a winner. And I briefly back tested this, playing the top 6 teams, no run lines, from 5-1 to 5-8. And we started wagering this way last night. And it's 12-7 plus 4.23 units. So I feel very confident in just sticking with this and maintaining this way of handicapping throughout the summer. And hopefully we'll have as much success as we did last year. So greatly appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Again, here are our lines for today. If you want access to these lines, you can get Major League Baseball lines, soccer lines, as well as football season when it rolls around. $50 a month, very inexpensive to get these lines. You also get access to all of our coaching videos on the website, roughly 200 coaching videos not available on YouTube, exclusively for clients, how to handicap, how to build models, etc. And if you want to get access to all my plays, $100 a month. And then the best value, instead of paying monthly, you pay $4.99 one time. You save about $600 and you get access to everything on the website for an entire year. Link to join in the description of this video. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in this video. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.